Shalom. I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the hopeful elect, and to the salutations as well to the brothers around the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in all diligence and honesty and sincerity. I want to bring out a quick lesson on plagues. And the Most High is sending plagues on this place of Babylon the Great, spiritually Edom. Salakia, spiritually Sodom and Egypt, and America is experiencing plagues as Egypt did, and this is only the beginning. Something that just happened in Belleville, Illinois, and Mascoutah, Illinois. They're saying there's a spider epidemic, and I was presented with a video from Facebook. I couldn't go on and find it or any other information on this topic because I don't have Facebook. And the news and the papers of that area is not putting anything out in the media or in the newspapers. And I purposely waited a few days to see if they were gonna put something out about it, but they keeping it quiet. But a lady made a video, and surprisingly I didn't see any other videos on social media, YouTube, Google. She came out and she made a video because she came out of Walmart, and the parking lot was filled with brown spiders. All thousands of spiders covering people's cars, covering the light posts, and it was mainly in Belleville and Mascoutah, Illinois. And those cities are kind of close to each other, and it made me think about the plagues of Egypt. And I'm gonna grab some of those plagues of Egypt because it really is pertaining to this. And I'm gonna start in Exodus chapter 8, and we're gonna get right to it. This is Exodus chapter 8, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And Esau, he's the Pharaoh of this time. The so-called white man. He is the modern day Pharaoh, and he refused to let the Lord's people go. And it's all biblical prophecy. He's not going to until Yahweh Shah, the Lord's Son, only begotten, comes back to redeem his people. And the Lord is going to send plagues upon this place as part of Esau's judgment, and the 2/3 as well. Esau wants everyone to serve him, not just the Israelites, everyone. That's what this AI, this artificial intelligence is. That's what the RFID chip, his eagle eye, the eye in the sky, his satellites. He wants to play the Most High on humanity. He wants to know everything at all times. But verse 2, And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs, And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and into thine kneading throughs. You know, the dough, the bread. And verse 4, and the frog shall come up both on thee and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying unto Aaron, stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause the frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the Most High is sending these plagues again. And there are also plagues that were not mentioned in this book. You know, I'm just thinking of a scripture really quick in Revelations, because it tells you that because Esau also changed words and different meanings to where the Bible doesn't really mean the same thing that it originally meant, which they taken certain words and interchange certain words to where that it's confusing to the masses. All right, this is Revelations chapter 22, verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. If any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Yahweh shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. And so that's what Esau has to look forward to, the plagues that are in this book. And I'm gonna grab a few more plagues that are in this book. And I'm gonna jump down to verse 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast, and all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantment to bring forth lice, but they could not. Can't nobody emulate or you know, come up against the Most High, the power of Isaac, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Salakia. And so these soothsayers, these magicians, these fortune tellers, they have nothing on the Most High, you know. And ultimately, the Most High controls the left hand side as well. the evildoers. You know, the scriptures say the deceiver and the deceived are his. So he's in control of both sides, light and darkness. Um, so there were lice upon man and upon beasts. The magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of Yahweh. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened. So the Most High hardened Pharaoh's heart just so he can show his might. So the Most High can show his strength. And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me. So the Most High is not down with his people serving any other guys, man. You know, whether that's money, you know, fame, women, because a lot of men fall victim and worship these women, man. And the Most High not down with that, man. And Esau and these 2/3, these heathen nations, they gonna pay, you know, for being in league with this devil. And I'm gonna jump down to verse 21. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarm of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine houses. And the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarm of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. So the Lord made the swarm of flies and these plagues to plague Pharaoh and the Egyptians, those people, not the Israelites. The scriptures say the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel, roughly paraphrasing, you know. But this time all Israel is not going to be saved against the wrath of the Most High, just the elect and the 1/3. And also I wanted to mention, you know, you might think, oh, frogs, they can't really do no harm to you or whatever. Man, frogs leave warts, man. If a frog piss on you, you know, they leave warts, and they just being plagued with so many frogs. Like you know that's, you know, it might seem light, but yeah, they cause damage. Oh, okay, con. I'm gonna skip to verse 23. I'm gonna continue. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. You know, I was telling you, Most High put a division between Pharaoh's people and the Israelites. And the Lord did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servant's house, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. And I'm gonna get another plague, man, because this is something that's currently happening. In America, also, you know, known as spiritually Egypt and Sodom. This is Exodus chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 1. Then the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the land of the Lord, the hand, Salakia, of the Lord is upon thy cattle which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep there shall be a very grievous murrain. And that word murrain goes into disease and sickness, and also like the lack of crop growing, a dysfunction amongst the crops, and you see that in America heavy. You got all these outbreaks and these diseases. You got something down in Atlanta that they're calling a super gonorrhea, in which we know that, Esau designs a lot of these diseases in his laboratory, the center of disease control. So they're controlling these diseases, and they're manipulating diseases to be super diseases, if you will. There has been a outbreak in disease in a deer, to where they're not fit for consumption. They're being plagued with some type of disease, and it's spread to humans when you eat them. You got you had an outbreak of the measles amongst the so-called Jews, out there in New York and stuff, in their community. So, the Lord is visiting this place, man. You had not hurricane, but tornadoes and floods, all over this country, man. That's the hand of the Most High. He controls the weather, and all things that happen, man, is ordained by the words of his mouth. And I'm gonna jump to verse 22. I'm gonna start at 21. And he that regarded not the word of the Lord left his servants and his cattle in the field. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch forth thy hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man and upon beast and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. And you had reports of hail, the size of softballs and baseballs, just destroying people, animals, property. That's all the work of the Most High, man. He's not playing with Esau and the nation of Edom, and the 2/3 as well. You gonna be swept up by these plagues as well. And I want to get a couple of the precepts, because Esau does not regard the Most High and his word. The scriptures say he hated instructions, and that carries over into the Lord's people being swayed by that wine of Babylon, which is these philosophies. You know, they want to do everything but what the Most High said. And this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. This is chapter, oh, I'm sorry, chapter 15. Chapter 15, verse 1. He that feareth the Lord will do good, and he that hath the knowledge of the law shall obtain her. And that's wisdom. And Esau does not fear the Most High. That's why he has no wisdom. He has wisdom to do evil, but he has no, like, who poisons the air that they have to breathe themselves? Esau does. You know, who defiles the water that they have to partake in and use as well? Esau does. He is the destroyer, man. Since he's been on the earth, he's done nothing but wickedness to himself, to the earth, to the animals, to every people under the sun. And you know, those people that choose to not do business or get in league with Esau, they're on remote parts of the world, you know, that they know. Those people in I forget what island it is, but that one Edomite that was trying to go and spread the word and trying to go to this island where they tell you it's against the law to go there. Do not go there. They will kill you. They killed the man, talking about he's trying to spread the word of Christianity. And that wicked doctrine got him killed because those people do not want, they know not to let Esau onto their land, because he will surely kill you, lie to you, rob you, spoil you, rape you of whatever you have. Grab another and you have a lot of false prophets that are set up to keep the people asleep and to tell you all these good things, but America has nothing good to look forward to but death and destruction. That's it. I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at 27. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. They are waxen fat, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy they do not judge. Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof? And you know, you Israelites, you love to hear these false prophets bring out this prosperity doctrines and you know all these smooth things, and you love to have it so, man. You don't want to know about what's going on for real. You don't want to see that the Most High is against this place. You want this place to go on forever, and that's not going to be the case. You know, I'm going to run verse 29, Salakia again. Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? Look at this nation. What does this nation promote? Homosexuality, bestiality, pedophilia, you know, rape, robbery, murder, adultery, just all manner of wickedness. Whatever the Most High said don't do, Esau promotes that in his societies. Lifting up the woman, giving her liberties to gad abroad, which is clearly against the scriptures. You know, women not wearing modest apparel, being elevated above the man, like, you know, you can't discipline your children. So what does the Most High think of this place? And you know, Esau has set up these pastors and all these mega churches and all that to keep people asleep, to keep them from knowing. We'll go back to Sirach and grab chapter 3. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. You know, so majority of the people here are deceived by their own vain opinion. Everybody has an opinion in this place, and everybody can spew any form of madness out of their mouth. You know, what do I mean? Like the earth is flat. There is no, you know, no God. Men and women are equal. You know, Esau tries to put a scientific explanation on everything that happens, and really science just means to know. But he knows, but he lies to the public or to the citizens about what it really is, what's really going on. You know, everybody has a vain opinion, and the only opinion that matters is not lifted up in this place. It's not counted as anything. And that opinion is of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. That's the opinion of the Most High. What he says rules everything. How is it that you can, when you go to court or whatever, you know, in legal matters, they make you swear in on the King James 1611 version. Well, they swear in their president puppets on that book. But you can't quote anything out of the scriptures in a legal in a legal court matter. That's not going to get you anything. You know, so these Edomites, these elites, these elitists, they are hypocrites. You know, they act as if they are, you know, about what God wants. But as you can see in their society, it's exactly the opposite. They promote everything that the Most High is against. And for that, they have more plagues to look forward to. And more death, more destruction, famine, and disease. And ultimately, the Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, you know, his son Yahweh Shah is going to come and destroy this place. And hope this lesson has been edifying. With that, I'm going to say Shalom and a Baba Ball.